Okay, so we're just going to do a little reformer on the mat class. We've been doing them online and people seem to enjoy them, and just given an option to do one on the YouTube channel, so that if you don't have the free time when we do the class, you can follow on with the class in your own time. It's going to be, I don't know, 35, 40 minutes in length, so it won't be as long as a regular class, and we'll try and make it as smooth as possible. Things that might help, or things I would use in the class, are I've got a couple of weighted balls. You could use hand weights, you could even use a couple of cans of beans, and a resistance band. So if you've got a resistance band, it will be helpful for some of the exercises, well, 3 or 4 of them. So if you've got one, great. You can do it without, but ideally a band would be an addition. So we're trying to recreate the movements on the reformer onto the mat. So obviously there's not a moving carriage, but we can work it quite well. So we're going to start just lying onto your mat. I've got a little block for the footwork, but you can use a cushion. It's nice to have a block just to get the length through the back of the neck, and it's just a nicer position to start with. Just before we start the footwork, I just want you to start a little bit of breathing, so that through the class your breathing is relaxed and rhythmical. Okay, so I don't want you to hold your breath. I don't want you to take big gulps of air. I just want you to get into a pattern of breathing with a nice light rhythm. So just maybe pop your fingers to the bottom of your ribs just to prep. Take a breath in through the nose. Let the ribs expand. And then take an exhale through the nose also. So as you exhale, the ribs contract. And again, breath in. So it's a light but deep breath. So trying to get the air down to the bottom of the lungs. And then exhale. Drawing those ribs back to the center. Good. Inhale, expand the rib cage. Exhale, contract. Okay. Now when you relax, that's fine, but when you are exercising, you can sometimes get into a bad habit of holding your breath or just gasping air where you can. So try and get that nice rhythm, but we're going to add the movements now. So we're going to start with what would be footwork on the reformer, and we're going to do it with a band. So if you bring the band onto the balls of your feet, now my feet are in first position, so that's heels together, toes apart, and the balls of my feet are pressing into the band. Okay, I'm going to draw my stomach in and up, and I'm going to hold the band in my hands. I'm going to press the legs out into the band, keep the heels lifted, push through the balls of the feet, straighten my legs, draw my thighs in, pull my stomach in, and then inhale, bring the knees back in with control. Exhale, push them out. Inhale, draw them in. Good. Exhale, press them away. Inhale, draw them back. Exhale, push it out. Find the inner thigh muscles, pull the stomach in, find your glutes. Inhale, pull it back. So it's not just a matter of pushing the legs, you're working the inner thighs, the abdominal muscles, the glute muscles, and then pull back in. Doing everything nice and steady. I'm turning my head to keep looking at the camera, but you don't need to turn your head. Keep your head looking upwards or eyes looking upwards. Push and pull back in. Exhale, push out. Inhale, pull it in. So we're just getting a rhythm to the breathing. We're connecting the powerhouse, the stomach muscles, the inner thighs, the glutes, preparing you for the rest of the exercise. Now, when you come back in with your knees, take your feet so that the arches of your feet are on the mat. So the toes and the heels are reaching over and under. So it's like a monkey on a branch position. Harder to do on a band than on a bar. But press away, squeeze those legs together. Knees are together now all the way. Bend the knees and pull back in. Push it out, squeeze the thighs, draw the stomach, engage your glutes. Pull deep into your abdominals as you bring the knees back in. Keep the tailbone down, so don't let your tailbone lift as your knees come in. Exhale, push it out. Inhale, draw it in. Good, exhale, push it out. Inhale, draw it back. 2 more. Exhale, push it out. Inhale, pull it in. Last one. Exhale, push it out. Inhale, draw it in. Now, I'm going to move on to the heels. So, quite tricky to get your heels on the bar, on the band. Try and keep the band as open as you can so you can put your heel into it. Knees together, feet together. Draw the feet up. So the front of the foot draws up. You push through the heel. Engage your thighs and stomach and glutes, just as before. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, push it out. Inhale, pull it back. Exhale, push away. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, push away. Inhale, draw it back. Exhale, push away. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, push it out. Inhale, draw it back. Last one. Exhale, push it out. Inhale, bring it back in. Now, let's come down onto the balls of the feet again. Back in first position, so like we did with the first exercise. And heels together, toes apart, knees are a little bit apart at the beginning. We're going to push the legs away, maybe not as low as we did with the footwork. And we're going to push through the balls of the feet as if you're pointing your toes, so plantar flexing the ankle. And then reach the heels away, draw the front of the foot up, okay? Push away, press through the band, reach your heels and draw the front of your foot up. Good. Push away. Draw those thigh bones together, engage your stomach and your glutes, and then reach your heels and draw your toes back up. Good. Push away through into that band. Pull the heels and keep the band on. Push away and pull back. Now, bend your knees, bring the feet down, and just take your band to one side. So we can take the block away, and we're going to take you up into your 100 position. So we'll do a couple of preparation exercises for the 100. So feet down, arms to the ceiling. Now, take a breath in, exhale, peel the back of your head, your neck, reach your arms about mid-thigh, come up to the bottom of your shoulder blades, deepen the connection with your abdominals, squeeze your thighs. Take a breath in, and a breath out, and breathe in to come back down. Breathe it out. Crown of the head reaches to the ceiling, stomach pulls in, take a breath, and exhale. Nice and rhythmic, all the way back down. We're going to take you up into the 100 proper. Again, try and keep your breathing controlled and relaxed. Don't get too stressed with the breathing. So exhale, peel it up, chin up over chest, head, crown of the head towards the ceiling. Slide your heels in towards your bottom, lift your feet up, and stretch your legs up towards the ceiling. Now you can keep the legs straight up. You can have them a little bit of an angle. Don't go too low maybe if it's new to you, this exercise. Squeeze your thighs together and let's pump the arms. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out. 3, 4, 5. Keep squeezing the legs together. And exhale, connect the arms into the rib cage. Breathe it in. And breathing out. You're beating the arm for 5 beats to breathe in, 5 beats to breathe out. You're trying to hold the connection of your body, so squeeze your thighs, draw your stomach. Bring the arms into the rib cage so you feel like you're connecting them. Good. In for 5 beats. Out for 5 beats. And really stay nice and controlled with the breathing. Not too rushed. It can be quite hard work towards the end. We're counting 100 of these beats. I'm not very good at counting, so I'm thinking we're coming up to 90. And then last 5. Good. Bend the knees. Bring the head and shoulders down. And just hug the knees in towards the chest a little bit. Stretch through the lower back. Place the feet down on the mat. Take the arms out wide and just roll your knees over to the side. Try and keep both knees glued together. Draw from your abdominals to pull the knees to center. Press over to the other side so you can feel stretch around the outside of your hips, your waist. Pull the stomach muscles deep to bring the knees to center. Don't just drag the knees back up. Use the muscles of your abdominals to draw everything. Good, and again, press over. And back to the center. Good, now we're going to take it into the coordination. So you can use the light weights if you want to, or you can not use the weights at all. There's two options for your head and shoulders. So an easier option for the exercise would be to leave your head and shoulders down, and conversely, don't let your legs go too low. A more challenging version would be with the head and shoulders up. So I'll start with the easier version, and then I'll add in the harder version. I would choose one or the other. If you're lifting your head and shoulders, keep your head and shoulders up throughout. If you're keeping your head and shoulders down, then keep them down throughout. I'm obviously going to change halfway through, but I don't really expect you to do that. So pick one and go with it. So your feet come off the mat, your elbows are in towards your ribs, and the easy version, you press down your arms, straighten out your legs, not too low. Open, close the legs, bend the knees, bend the elbows. I'm going to do 5 of each. Reach out, open, close, knees and elbows. Reach it out, open, close, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Okay, reach it out, open, close, bend the knees, bend the elbows. One more. Open, close, knees and elbows. A slightly harder version, head and shoulders up. Press down, reach out the legs. Open, close, knees, elbows. Keep the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Press it out. Open, close, knees and elbows. Press away. Keep drawing the stomach in. Open, close, knees and elbows. Press it out. Open, close, knees and elbows. Last one. Press it out. Open, close, knees and elbows. Good. Roll it back down, take your feet down. Walks away. Good. Knees to chest. I'm just going to roll up into sitting. So we're going to take it into the variation of a backward row. So we're going to draw the legs together so the thigh bones are pressed together. We're going to bring your pelvis forward. So I don't want you to start roll back. I want you to start with a straight back as best you can. Draw the thighs together, bring the knuckles together and elbows out wide. We're going to draw the stomach in, and from just below the belly button, pull the abdominals in and roll back a little. Keep squeezing your legs together. Reach the arms out and turn the palms to face back. Push back with the arms and roll forward with the head and shoulders. You might bring your hands together, you might not. Then lift your arms and pull your chest away from your thighs. Circle your arms around and reach them towards your toes. Take a breath in and stack your spine up, bringing knuckles together, elbows out wide till you come back to your start position. Roll it back from just below the belly button. Pull the stomach back towards your spine. Squeeze your thighs together. Reach the arms out, turn your palms back. Press your palms back, bring your head and shoulders forward. Then lift your arms, draw your chest up away from your thighs a little. Circle your arms and reach towards your toes. Bend the elbows. Take a breath in and stack your spine back up. Tailbone reaches towards your heel. Stomach pulls back towards your spine. Reach the arms out and turn your palms to face back. Press back with the arms, roll forward with the head and shoulders. Lift the arms up, circle the arms around, reach towards your toes. Breathing in, stack your spine back up. Good, tailbone under, roll it back. Pull the stomach in, reach the arms out. Pull back with the arms, roll forward with the head and shoulders. Arms may come back, they might not meet in the middle. Lift the arms, pull the chest away, circle the arms around, reach towards your toes. Breath in as you stack up your spine. We're going to do one more, a little challenge on the roll back. Pull the stomach in, squeeze the legs away, hold the position, take the arms out wide. Palms face back, and just pulse 5 times. 1, 2, keep drawing the stomach in, 3, 4, 5, continue back with the arms, roll forward with the head and shoulders, lift the arms, bring the chest up, circle the arms and reach, stack the spine up, and come up tall. We're going to try a flat back version, so we're going to bring the elbows forward, okay, at a 90-degree angle. Pull the stomach in, find your seat, squeeze your thighs, hinge back, hinge up, round forward, slide the hands back by your hips and reach them behind, lift them up as you lift your chest, circle them around and reach towards your feet, stack your spine up, and bring your elbows forward. Straight back, find your seat, hinge back, hinge up to the ceiling, round forwards and scoop the stomach back. Slide your hands behind and reach behind your back. Lift your arms up as you bring your chest away, circle around towards your feet, stack up, bringing your elbows in front. Find your seat, pulling your stomach, hinge back, squeeze your legs, hinge up, circle round forward, sorry, pull your stomach in, bring your hands back and reach behind. Lift up as your chest comes away, circle around and reach towards your toes. One more. Stack up. Straight back, find your seat. Hinge back. Hinge up. Round forward and scoop in the stomach. Slide the hands back, reach them behind, bring them up, circle them forwards, bring yourself back up into sitting. Okay, just have a little knee roll there, so feet about mat width apart, hands behind your back, and you just roll forward, roll to one side, bring your knee inside your foot, come back to the center, roll to the other side. Roll and roll. Just release the hips a little bit, because we're going to do another exercise in sitting, okay? And then we'll move around a bit. Okay, now, take your legs long. So we're going to do a forward row variation of a forward row. So you can do this with a straight back if you feel you don't want to flex forward. You can do it with weights. You can do it without the weights. Okay. So with the round back, you squeeze your legs together, find your seat, and then find a C curve in your back. So bring your head and shoulders, or bring your head forward and pull your stomach in. Your shoulders are going to stay over your hips. You're going to reach forward with your arms, increase the flexion in your spine and pull your stomach back towards your spine even more. Stack your spine up and then reach your arms to the ceiling without popping your ribs forward. As you reach your arms out wide, kind of lift from the crown of your head. Find that lift out of your seat. Come back by your sides, bring your head and chest forward. Reach your arms towards your toes. Pull the stomach in and up to straighten your back. Lift your arms up to the ceiling without popping your ribs forward. Reach your arms out and stretch from the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Bend the elbows, bring the head and shoulders forward. Reach forward with your arms. Pull the stomach back to your spine all the time. Stack up your spine. Lift up your arms. Reach them out to the walls. Lift from the crown of the head. And come back in. Chin over chest. Reach forward with the arms. Pull in through the stomach. Stack up through the spine. Lift up with the arms. Reach out wide and lift out of your seat. And come back. Okay. I'm going to change the position to cross legs. I'm going to take it to an exercise called shaving. Okay, so you can do this with weights, or you can do it without weights. You can do it with one weight if 2 weights feel a bit heavy. So the aim is to try and create a straight line from your hips through your shoulders, rather than be in this position where you're more collapsed. I want you to try and push your tailbone back, pull your stomach in, and create a bit of flexion in your hip. Okay? We're going to take the weights up and above your head. So you're trying to find a straight line from your hands through your shoulders down to your hips. Pull the stomach in, and then bend the elbows and draw the weight behind your head without dropping your head forward. Keep that back nice and straight and push your arms up to the ceiling. Bend the elbows. So you're going to work your upper back and press your arms up and away. Good. Bend the elbows, take them out wide. Let the weight come behind your head if you can. If it feels too much, then don't come too far down. Just come halfway down. Okay. And press it up. Keep reaching your seat back, lifting from the crown of your head and reaching with your arms. Bend the elbows, but keep long through your spine. Don't let yourself collapse as the arms come down. Reach and bend. Reach and bend. Good. One more. Reach it up, straighten the arms, open the arms, and come up tall. Good. So we're going to, if we were on a reformer, we'd put the box on long ways. So we don't have a box, but we're going to lie down onto your front. A little transition from the sitting position would be to just slide your hands forward, slide your legs back, and come down onto your front. We're going to start with a little swan dive prep for pulling straps in. So hands go underneath your shoulders, elbows down by your ribs, forehead towards the mat. Now, I want you to draw your thigh bones together and reach your tailbone towards your heel so that your back doesn't drop. Okay, so I don't want you to go into extension. I want you to try and get length in your lower back like that. Pull your stomach in towards your spine and up. As you inhale, lift your head, and as you bring your collarbone and breastbone away from the mat, try and draw them forward to the other end of the room or towards the direction your nose is pointing, and then lower back down. Inhale, keep drawing the stomach in, squeezing the thighs together, really anchoring your body from your ribs down into the mat, and lower. Inhale, lift. This is as high as we're going to go through the exercise that we're going to come into. It's not a high lift. I just want you to create length from the crown of the head and reach in the opposite direction through the heels. Good. Now, let's take the arms long, okay, above your head. Forehead pointing down. Take a breath in and slide your arms down by your hips. As you lengthen your arms away, just lift the head, the collarbone and breastbone without dropping into your spine or pushing your stomach into the mat. As you exhale, lower back down, reach your arms forward and pull back again. Inhale. Reach the arms long as you lift the head and chest. Keep bringing the breastbone forward, keep the neck long and down. Good. And again, slide as you reach the arms back, lift the head, keep the back of the neck long, bring the collarbone and breastbone forwards and back down. And reach. Inhale, keep engaging those thighs and glutes and stomach. And down. Good, one more. Slide the arms back. Lift up the head and the chest. And then come back down. Good. Now, take the arms out into a T position. Lengthen the tailbone again. Squeeze the thighs. Pull the stomach in. Now, I want you to lift your arms and then just bring your head up and breastbone and collarbone forwards. Now, pull your arms in towards your thighs. Keep that lift, draw the stomach in. Then bring the arms back out. Inhale, pull them in. Exhale, reach them out. Inhale, pull them in. Exhale, take them out. You can advance this a little bit, so keep your tailbone down, pull your stomach in. And then you can bring your arms in line with your ears. But that could load your back, so be really careful. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. Just go to here. If you can go here, give it a go. And back. One more. Out. Forwards. Back. And then down. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Sit back onto your heels. Little counter stretch. Take a breath into the back of your rib cage. Good. And then coming forward, the front of your mat. Just going to do a little rolling prep, and it's quite a challenge. You can do it with a band that will make it a little easier, or you can do it just with your legs. So I'm going to do it with the legs to start, and then I'll show you what you might do with the band. Okay. Or a circle if you have one, but I think we just said band. So straight legs, straight back, or as straight as you can with your back. I'm going to bend one knee in towards my chest and try and keep my back as straight as possible. I'm going to ground my left leg. I'm going to straighten out my right leg. Okay. Now, holding that position, I'm going to pull my stomach back and my ribs away and find curve in my spine. I'm going to ground my left leg. I'm going to pull back my abdominals. And I'm going to keep reaching my left leg away. And I'm going to roll myself back onto the mat without falling back. Okay, I'm going to use the strength of my stomach, the grounding of my leg, to bring myself down to the mat and roll back. You can add a little stretch into your hamstring if you have it there, don't worry if you don't. And then bend your knee, pull your stomach in, bring your head and shoulders up, and a little assist in the roll up, straighten your leg away, and come back up into sitting. And then onto the other leg. So keep the straight back as best you can. It may want to round a bit there. Straighten your leg out as straight as you can. If you can get it higher, or go lower, whatever you feel works best for you. Draw your ribs and stomach away from your thigh. Now, keep reaching your right heel away as you pull your lower abdominal back. Keep grounding that leg and pulling in the stomach. Try not to let the movement go too fast, so keep control all the way down without falling out of the movement. And then all the way down, you can add a stretch there into your hamstring. Bend your knee, bring your head and shoulders up, stretch your leg away, and come up. Now, if that's really proving too difficult, then just grab a band, okay? And you can do the similar exercise, but you've got a little bit of give now, so it's a little bit easier. So you're going to push your leg into the strap, okay? Now draw your stomach muscles in, round your back, and it will feel a little easier coming down this way. Reaching the other leg away. So still practice the movement, reaching and pulling with the stomach, reaching with the leg. Because you can just cheat it with just holding the band. So don't do that, but do use the band as a bit of assistance. Bend the knee, bring the head and shoulders up, and you can push that leg away and assist yourself up. Switch legs, straight back as best you can, knee into your chest, straighten the leg up, and then draw your stomach and ribs away from your thigh. Press your right leg away. Still be strict with the movement, even though it's being made a little easier. Pull your stomach in, reach your heel away, come all the way down, and then add the stretch into your leg as you bring the leg up. Bend your knee, push the leg away, roll the head and shoulders away, and come up into a sitting position. Good, okay. We take the band away, and we're going to come into some variations of long stretch. So if you come onto your hands and knees, and hands on the shoulders, knees on the hips, tuck your toes under and bring your knees together. Keep your back fairly flat. Squeeze the legs tight, pull the stomach in, and just lift the knees off the mat. Now, you can stay with lifting and lowering the knees if that works for you. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, take your legs back, draw your chest forward. So you're in leg pull front position in Pilates or a push-up position. Draw your thighs together, find your glutes, pull your stomach in. Just do a little rock forward onto your toes and press back with your heels. Okay? Rock forwards, press back. Rock forwards, press back. Forwards, back. Now, you could add a little push-up in there if you want to, so you can do a push-up and back, squeeze the legs, pull the stomach in. You could do this on your knees if you feel that it's a bit too much, with straight legs. And then just push your hips up and press your heels down. So we're coming into a variation of down stretch and up stretch. It's a bit of a mix of both, I suppose. So press your heels down and just bring your head forward without pressing too much into your neck. Bring your breastbone and collarbone as if they were facing the mat. So you've got a little bit of extension in your upper back. And then come back. So then round your chin to your chest and round your upper back. Okay? That might be your movement. Through and back. Okay? You might want to challenge a little bit more. So you might stay with the round back, push onto the toes and bring your hips lower. Good. Then push your heels back, lift your bottom up and find your extension again. Good. Chin down, round, forward, scoop the stomach. Push the heels back, press the hips up, find that extension and round, come forward. Scoop, stomach in, press the heels back, lift the bottom up, and again, round. Good. Press back, lift up. You could also do a little reverse version. You could bend the elbows, bring the chest towards the mat, lift the chest up, round, and come back. Okay? Just a little variation if you feel you've got that in your body today. It's just an add-on, don't feel you have to do it. Good. And then come back out, knees down, have a little breather. And then we're going to come to the front of your mat. And we're going to try and recreate the stomach massage, which it's not perfect, but it gives us some sense of what it's like on the reformer. So heels are pressed into the mat. Your hands are by your side. And I want you to find your curve in your spine, your C curve. So I don't want you to just collapse like this. That's not really connected, it's just collapsing. So pull the stomach in and up. Shoulders stay over your hips. You've created a long curve in your back and your head is slightly tilted forward. We're going to press your hands down and forward, so as if you were sliding along the mat, but they obviously won't move, and push your heels down and forwards. And in response to that, pull your lower abdominals back and in, so that there's no real movement, but you're nicely connected. Okay? You're a connected body. And you could challenge that by lifting one leg. Stretch it out, pull it back and lower. Lift it up, push it out, pull it back and lower. Connect the body. Don't lose the position of the hands pushing forward or the abdominals pulling back. Now, without too much roll back, can you push forward? You can take both legs up. Push and pull. Push and pull. More challenging, don't feel you have to do it. Stay with a single leg if you need to. Bring the heels down, have a little breather. Okay, let's take the hands back, straighten your back, open up your collarbones, and just stretch the front of your chest. Okay, press your hands back, pull your stomach in, and hold that stretch. Now, you can add a single leg stretch and back again. Lift and stretch and back again. Lift and stretch and back again. Lift and stretch and back again. Now I know on the reformer you'd be more upright than this. It's very difficult to recreate an upright position and lifting both legs. So if you can lift both legs, stretch and back. You may be able to do this, you might not. Don't worry if you can't. Push and pull. Push, pull, and lower. Good. Straighten the legs. We're going to go into a little tendon stretch. So you're pulling your toes or fronts of your feet up. You've got a curve in your back again. Okay? You're pressing your hands, so it's like the stomach massage position. I'm looking too rounded there. So press your hands down, push them forward, pull the stomach in, and just holding that position with your toes pulled up might be enough. Some of you may want to lift your bottom and pull the stomach in and up. Okay? So you press down and forward to the arms and lift your bottom up. You could add the slide. Now, my mat's quite slidey, so it works, but if you've got a stickier mat, it might not work. So you would lift and slide, and back, and slide, and back, and slide. You could put a towel under if that helps. One more. Down. And have a little breather there. Then roll back and come into your what's called semicircle on the reformer. It's like a shoulder bridge, but we've got a little variation. So have your heels or your ankles sort of underneath your knees, not probably directly under, but towards them. You're going to come up onto your toes and have your feet turned out in first, so they're like in a V shape. Squeeze your heels together, your knees are apart, but not dropped out, just still connected, so your inner thighs are connecting. And we're going to press your arms into the mat initially, and then lift your tailbone, peel your spine away. Bringing your hips up to like a bridge position. Take a breath at the top, and as you roll your spine down, imagine you were pulling a carriage back in on the reformer. So as if you were pulling your heels towards your bottom, so you're putting the weight into the balls of your feet and trying to pull back as you roll your spine back down. Now that might cramp up your hamstrings. You might need to strengthen them for that. And then come all the way down. Keep your heels lifted. Take a breath and lift back up. Peel the spine away. Bring the hips up. Take a breath at the top. And this time when you roll down, imagine you were pushing the carriage out. So press your feet down and forwards. Now they don't move, but you're putting pressure into the mat and you're creating a bit of space for your spine to roll down into. Coming down. Now, maybe take your arms over your head if you've got that range without your ribs popping up. If you haven't, just leave them by your sides. Now, press your arms back down, lift your tailbone, pull your stomach in, and peel your spine up again. Bring yourself into your bridge position. Now, take a breath in. As you exhale, we're pulling the carriage back again. So, feet down and pulling towards your hips as you roll your spine in. Really can get into your hamstrings there and down. Good. Now we're gonna come back up again. So pull your ribs down and then lift your tailbone up. Come all the way up into your bridge. Good. And this time, as if you were pushing the carriage out. So push your feet away, roll your spine back down. Articulate that spine as best you can. Coming all the way down. And then your tailbone will be the last part of your body to touch the mat. And then let your feet come flat. You might need to give your hamstrings a little release there, because that's quite hard work on them. Okay. Good. Knees into chest. And then just roll it up. And from there, we're going to go into your chest expansion. So we're going to use a band. Okay. And we're going to come up into kneeling. Top of my head's missing, but that's okay. Don't worry about that. And we're going to have your tailbone down. So we're going to engage your glutes by reaching your tailbone towards the mat and pulling your stomach in the opposite direction. So tailbone down, stomach in and up. So that will create strong glutes, strong stomach. And we're going to hold that whilst we do the work. So the band is out in front, hands about shoulder width apart. Now, pull the arms down as you breathe in. Keep pushing, pulling the band, pulling the arms back, but pushing your thighs into the band at the same time. Turn your head to the right, back to the center, to the left. To the center, exhale, release. It's quite a long inhale. And again, keep the tailbone down, stomach in, pull the arms back. Turn your head left. Find the backs of your arms as well. Center. Right, center. Release the arms forward without folding the hips. Good. Pull the arms down and back. Turn the head right, center, left, center. Keep drawing the stomach and reaching the tailbone as you lift the arms. And again, pull the arms down and Push the thighs into the band as you pull the band back. Turn the head left, center, right, center. Release the arms forward. A little breather. Okay. So we're going to take it to arm circles, and we're going to grab the weights if you want to. If you don't feel the weights are right for you, then do it without. You don't have to. So push your hips forward again. Send your tailbone down. Pull your stomach in. So same position as before. Arms are in line with your thighs. Okay. Crown of the head reaches up to the ceiling. Pull the stomach in and up, tailbone down. Lift your arms up towards the ceiling without popping your ribs. So don't go too far back. Reach your arms out wide. Lengthen from the crown of your head. So forwards and up. And then reach it back out. Good. Forwards and up. Keep your tailbone down and hips press forward. And out. Up. Reach it out. So you're looking not to pop your ribs forward, so keeping the ribs down, bottom rib down towards the pelvis. One more in this direction, forwards and up. Reach it out, reverse, go out, up to the ceiling. Slowly down, okay, don't let it rush down. Out and up. Draw that stomach in more and lower the arms. Up and out. And down. Good, up and out. And down through the center. One more. And then down. Good. And then just sitting back. I'm going to do a little hip movement as if we were putting our feet in straps. You're going to lie onto your back and bring your band over, in this case, my right foot. Okay? So my right leg stretches up, my left leg presses down as best I can. Now, the weight of my leg is taking the band a little bit, so it makes it a nicer, easier movement than just free. But you might get more range, you might feel like you've got more movement. But all the while, keep the pelvis still. So it's only movement in the hip, not movement in the pelvis. So stomach drawn in. So leg comes up, across, down, around, circles out, comes back up to the ceiling. We're going to reverse it, go up and out, down, across, and back up. Reverse again, up, across, down, around, up, and pause. Up and out, down, around, across and up, across and down, out, around and up and out, down, across and up. One more in each direction. Up, across, down, around and out, back up. Last one, up, out, across, back up. Good. Just change feet. So left leg comes into the strap, right leg reaches away. Straighten your leg to the ceiling. So bring the leg up, across, down, out, around and up and out, down, across, and back up. Cross, down, around, and up, out, across, and up. Good. Across, down, out, and up, out, across, and up. Good. Across, down, out, and up, and finally up, out, across, and up. Good. Okay. Take the band away. Bring the knees in. Roll it up. We're just going to try a little stretch for your inner thighs and a bit of work for the ankle. So you're going to start that. There's variations of this, and you might find some work better than others. So my left leg is out straight and my right knee is bent, and I'm on my toes at the moment. Okay. So I'm going to push onto more toes and feel the stretch on the inner thigh, but then I might want to try and reach my heel down to the mat. Okay. Now, it may go, it might not, you might have a bit of tightness in that ankle, so don't force it, but just take it as far as you can. So you might need to keep your hands down. If you can get your heel down, you can reach your arms forward, and then come forward again, press the heel down, reach the arms forward, pull the stomach in, and back again. So the stretch is in here, but it's also in your heel and calf, yeah, or your Achilles maybe, and down. So if you have tight ankles, it's good to get them moving, yeah. If you have tight ankles and you run or walk or even cycle, you need to build up the range of movement in your ankle as well. Good. And then we'll switch to the other leg. So right leg goes out, toes under of the left foot, and then just keep your hands on the mat, sit back. If you can get your heel down, good. If you can't, then just leave it up. So sit back, and you might be able to get your heel all the way down, reach out your arms, and come forwards. So as you sit back, your heel reaches to the mat, your arms reach forward, your straight leg presses down. Try and keep the foot flat on the mat, okay? Try not to lose the arch of your foot as you sink back. Good. And one more. And back. Okay, heel down. And then relax there. We'll just finish with a variation of front splits. So you're going to start with one foot forward, one foot back. Now, I tuck the toes under the back leg. You don't have to do that. If you can, great, but don't feel you have to. Now, you're going to sit back towards your heel and straighten your front leg. And I pull up the toes to stretch the calf as well. And then sit forwards and open your hip. Try and engage the glute on the right side here. And then sit back. Flex the ankle. And lunge forwards. Find that glute. Sit back. Good. And reach forwards. One more. Sit back. And stretch forwards. And then you could take the leg up and maybe just do two from here. Reach your heel down, bend forward, straighten that leg. Back and straight. Come down and switch. So, opposite side. Try and square your pelvis. Tuck your toe under. Okay. So sitting back and stretching. And then lunging forward. Finding your glute muscle. Sit back. Stretch. Forwards. And back. And forwards. One more. Toes can come up. And forwards. Now, you can add that straight leg version. So stretch. And down. And stretch. Square the pelvis. And down. And then turn on your knees. And back to the end. So I hope that is of some help, and it's just a portion of the class that we do 2 or 3 times a week, the reformer on the mat class. Thank you for taking the time to watch.